Jungle.
Ukraine still ready to sign U.S. minerals deal, says Zelensky. London, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has reaffirmed his willingness to sign a minerals deal with the United States, despite a tense meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump last week that ended without an agreement. Speaking to reporters following a summit in London, Zelensky stressed that Ukraine remains committed to constructive dialogue with the U.S. However, he emphasized the importance of ensuring Ukraine's position is acknowledged, stating, "We want our partners to remember who the aggressor is in this war." Tensions in Washington. The minerals deal, initially seen as a critical step toward strengthening U.S.-Ukraine security ties, was derailed after a heated exchange between Zelensky, Trump, and U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance in the Oval Office. The disagreement, which played out in front of the media, concluded with Zelensky leaving the White House without securing the agreement. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent later commented that an economic deal would be impossible without a peace deal. He criticized Zelensky for disrupting the intended sequence of negotiations, accusing him of bringing discussions into the public sphere instead of handling them privately. European support for Ukraine. Zelensky's remarks came after a summit of European leaders in London, where world powers agreed on a four-point plan to bolster Ukraine's defenses and deter further Russian aggression. The UK, France, and other allies have committed to forming a coalition of the willing to increase their support, with hopes of involving the US. UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer announced a £1.6 billion missile deal for Ukraine as part of broader efforts to reinforce the country's defenses against Russian forces, which currently control approximately 20% of Ukrainian territory. Future talks and unresolved issues. Despite the recent tensions, Zelensky stated that he remains open to future discussions with the White House if invited. However, he declined to comment on whether Ukraine would consider territorial concessions to Russia, an option reportedly floated by Trump officials as part of a potential peace agreement. Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, launched in February 2022, has led to prolonged conflict, with Ukraine continuing to seek international backing to resist Russian advances. While European nations are stepping up their support, the role of the U.S. in future security and economic agreements remains uncertain. Here is the news content based on the provided information. Let me know if you need any modifications or additional details.